Hello friend, I am Naval. You are watching Code with Naval. Welcome to Java series part 29. In the last video, we saw nested classes. In this video, we are going to discuss about typecasting. So let's first understand what is the typecasting. A process of converting one data type to another is known as a typecasting. Simply we convert one data type to another variable, one data type to another is known as a typecasting. There are two types of typecasting. One is the upcasting and second one is the downcasting. So convert child type to parent type is nothing but upcasting. We simply here you can see here we have a short. Short is a child type and integer is a parent type. For converting this short to int is nothing but upcasting. Then we have a downcasting. Convert a parent type to child type is nothing but a downcasting. You can see upcasting means child to parent and downcasting means parent to child. Simply we convert. Here we have an example integer to short is a is example is for downcasting. Then you can see here boolean data type not involved in a typecasting because the boolean only store true or false, because that's why boolean data type not involved in a typecasting. We can provide a typecasting for object also, we will see in this video. Okay, now if you watch this series data type video, then you remember Java provide a 8 primitive data type. Okay, and here we perform upcasting and downcasting. You can see here we have a double to float. If you convert a double to float, float to long, long to integer, integer to short, short to byte, this is nothing but downcasting. We simply converting a down. Here we have a topmost parent class is a double, we simply converting a double to float, float to long, long to int. Okay, this is nothing but a downcasting. And if you convert a child to parent, this byte is the most child, then we simply convert a byte to short, short to int, into long, long to float, and float to double is nothing but upcasting. We simply going one by one up parent. And if downcasting means we converting only child type, parent to child type. So let's perform practical for upcasting and downcasting. Okay, for that I'll simply open Eclipse and I'll create one class here, class part 29. Okay, then here we will simply create a main method. Inside a main method we will declare one double type variable. Okay, I'll simply double, okay, not bubble, double d equal to, and I'll store inside 10.2. okay, that's it. Now I want to convert this double to float, means we are simply performing a downcasting. So let's create here float app equal to b. Okay, simply app equal to b. Now first of all I have to convert this variable, then only I can store inside a float. For converting this variable I have to add here typecasting. For converting this variable, simply add inside a bracket which type we have to convert. uh, we have to convert a double to float. Let's write here float. Okay, now you can see this first this code for a conversion, simply convert a double to float. Simply we convert this float, then only we can store inside a float. Now you can see we can convert a float to long also. Let's declare here one variable long L equal to app. Now you can see we can't store float inside a long. Before storing we have to convert this float to long. Okay, let's write here long and let's save. You can see simply we declare a double, then we convert a double to float, then we convert a float to long. In this same way we can perform a downcasting. We can go double to byte. Okay, simply we can perform every time downcasting, and we can convert parent to child. Now let's perform upcasting. Upcasting means here we simply declare one integer int a equal to 10. Now I want to store this int inside a long. Okay, let's try here long ll equal to a. Now you can see it's automatically store. Here we don't need to define. Okay, we will discuss why we don't need to define here. typecasting. Now I want to store this long in a float. Okay, let's create one float. Float ff equal to ll. Now you can see this also not required a typecasting. This here we done simply downcasting. Here we what we done downcasting, and here we done upcasting. Okay, here we perform a downcasting. For a downcasting we have to convert, then only we can able to store in a new variable. But in a upcasting, here we don't need to convert, we can easily store int in a long, we can easily store long in a float. You can observe here integer data type size is a 4 bytes. Okay, 4 bytes, and long data type size is a 8 bytes. Okay, we can store inside 8, we can easily store 4. But in a downcasting, here double data type size is a 8 byte and float data type size is a 4 byte. That means we cannot store a max value inside a mean value. Let's consider here this float is a nothing but a 10-inch box. Okay, let's consider here this is a 10-inch box. Okay, and this double is a 32-inch LCD. Okay, LCD. We can't store this 32-bit LCD inside a 10-inch box. Okay, for that first we have to convert this LCD in a 10-inch. Then only we can store this LCD inside this 10-inch box. Like a same way, this downcasting, here we have a less size and here we have a more data. We can't store more data in a less size. For that first we have to define here conversion, only then we can store. But in a upcasting, here already in an integer, here we have a 4 byte, and in a long here we have a 8 byte. Okay, here we have a 8 byte. We can easily store 4 byte inside 8 byte. Let's consider here example. Here we have a 10-inch LCD. Okay, let's consider here we have a 10-inch LCD. We can store this 10-inch LCD TV inside 32-inch box. We can easily put inside 32-inch box. We can easily put 10-inch LCD, no matter. In the same way, this downcasting and upcasting happen. That's why we don't need to define here when we perform upcasting. That time we don't need to define here type conversion. Okay. Here in this diagram you can see Java provide a automatic type conversion. All automatic type conversion Java provide. You can observe here byte is the most child class. We can simply convert a child class to parent class. Okay. We can convert the short is the also child class of int. We can convert a short to int because the short is a child class of integer. Integer is a child class of long, double and float, and character is a child class of integer. Okay, we can simply Java provide a simply child to parent conversion, means upcasting. Java provide all upcasting automatically. When we perform upcasting, that time we don't need to define their type conversion. You can see in this code, here we perform upcasting, that time we didn't define any type conversion. Here we already discussed we can easily store 10-inch LCD inside a 32-inch box. Okay, this all the primitive data type conversion. Here Java provided typecasting for an object. Here convert one object to another. During object creation, we can store a child object in a parent reference variable. Is process we can say upcasting. We simply create a child object and we store that object inside a parent reference. Then second, we have a store this parent reference in a child reference variable. This process called downcasting. Here also same child reference child class object. If we store inside a parent class reference, this means upcasting, and if we store a parent class object inside a child class reference, then we say downcasting. Okay, let's open Eclipse and perform practical. I'll simply create a one new class for it. Okay, let's create here class part 29-1. Okay, part 29-1. Let's save this and let's create here. I'll simply create here one class. Okay, I'll simply create an interface. I'll show everything. Interface test or we can say interface A. I'll simply define here interface A. Inside this interface I'll create a one abstract method void m1. This is abstract method. Okay, now I'll create here one abstract class. Okay, let's create a class B. Okay, class B, class B implement A. Now I want to declare here one abstract method. I'll simply declare here public void m2. Okay, now I want to create a one more class. I'll simply create here one more class C. Okay, this class extend class B. Okay, class B. Now here also I want to create one public void m3. Here we simply declare m3, and this method we will simply implement. Okay, let's add here so. Let's declare here m3 method. Now here we declare in an interface, here we declare a m1 method, then in a class B here we declare a m2 method, and inside a class C here we declare m3 method. Let's declare here class C. Now I want to extend this B. Now I want to make this class abstract. I'll simply declare this method abstract, and this class also abstract. Okay, this class abstract, that means we have to override all unimplemented method inside this class. Okay, let's see. Here we simply implement all method. Okay, let's provide some implementation system.out.println. This one is the m1 method, and this one is the m2 method. So this one is the m2 method. Now here you can see, here we simply provide all method implement. Now I want to extend this C class inside our main class. We will simply extend C. Okay, and in this C class here also we have to, I want to declare one method public void m4. Okay, this m4, and here we simply provide some implementation system.out.println m4. Now let's create a main method. Inside a main method we will simply create this class object. Okay, simply p equal to new. Now you can see here we simply create this class object. Now using this reference variable we can access m1 method, we can access m2 method, we can access m3, and we can access m4 method. We can access this all method. But what if I use this parent class reference type? I'll simply use here parent class reference type. Here use a C. Okay, let's declare here C, and now let's try to access all method. Now you can observe here we only got these three methods, m1, m2, and m3 method. Okay, what you understand here, when we declare parent class object type, then we can only access overridden method. We cannot access this child class own method. This m4 is the only declare inside a child class. We can't access this child class method. We can only access this overridden method. Okay, we can only access this overridden method. If we declare here type B. Okay, now you can see inside a B here we only create an abstract class. Till the B class here we didn't provide any implementation. Okay, let's see here P dot. You can see here we only got m1 and m2 method, because m1 method belong to interface A, that also part of this abstract class, and here we declare m2 method. Okay, till this class B here we have a two method m1 and m2 method, and those implementation we provided in a child classes. Okay, only we can access overridden method. We can't access separate method. We can't access this C class own method. Here we define this C class m3 method, this method is not overridden method, and this m4 method is also not overridden method. Now you can see here we got only m1 and m2. What if I create an interface type? What if I store this reference variable inside an interface type variable? Okay, let's say, let's try here. Now you can see, now we can only able to access this m1 method. Okay, let's see, let's access this m1 method. Now you can see here we simply perform a upcasting. Now I want to perform a downcasting. I want to create this parent p reference variable to child type. Okay, how can we do that? So for that I'll simply create one variable. Let's create one variable, and here double p equal to p. We can't store directly this p inside this child. Okay, for that we have to perform here typecasting. Okay, I'll simply add here, I'll simply convert this parent p to child type, then only we can store inside this pp variable. You can see here we simply perform a type, here we simply perform a downcasting. Now I want to access, now for using this pp reference, this child pp reference, you can see now here we can access this m1, m2, m3 and m4. Okay, we can access this all method. Let's run this. Here we simply define one interface a, then we simply define one abstract class. Inside abstract class here we provide a one m2 method, then we simply define a class c. This class c is a concrete class. Here we simply define their own method and two overridden method, and this is our main class. Here also we pass one method. Okay, method with implementation. Now when we convert, when we store child reference inside a parent type, then we only access overridden method. Okay, here you can see this inside a interface, here we only define m1 method, and here we simply store this child reference variable inside a interface. Now here we can only access this m1 method because interface a is only belonging to m1 method. That's why we can only access this m1 method. For converting this child to parent, this conversion called upcasting, then we convert this parent to child, this process, this called downcasting. And when we convert downcasting, then we can access all member, all child class member. So in this way we can convert one object to another object simply using a upcasting and downcasting. So in this video that's it. If you have any doubt, any concern related to typecasting, then you can ask me in a comment box. We will see next topic in a next video. Till that, bye bye.